Greetings from Cleveland, Ohio. I'm standing in front of our house with flowers all around on the west side of Jefferson Park neighborhood. Our house has served as the headquarters for the Save John Marshall High School campaign for over 2 years. As you can see from the yard signs all around, 2 yard signs in here, one in the back, and yard signs all over. The high school, John Marshall High School, is located a 30-minute walk from where we live. The campaign wanted to save the 81-year-old architectural gem built in 1932, save the auditorium, underground running tracks, and the swimming pool. There was a 3-week-long hunger strike to save John Marshall. I lost 20 pounds. Here's a sign at the back, hunger strike to save John Marshall. Unfortunately, despite our best efforts and the fact that we had over 2,400 petitioners, the historic school was still destroyed. The senseless destruction was a crime against humanity, something we shall never forget. In addition, the irresponsible demolition contractor poisoned the environment, a crime against the community. The air was so polluted during the demolition that I had to wear a gas mask every time I visited the demolition site. By March 1, 2013, a few months ago, the entire school had been demolished. Not only was the historic school destroyed, but they also destroyed the auditorium, swimming pool, and underground running tracks. Later, the bricks and stones were pulverized to form the foundation for the new school. Last week, on July 18, 2013, a groundbreaking ceremony was held for the new high school. The new school will be built on the graveyard of the old school. Now, the graveyard contains the pulverized remains, bricks and stones of the old historic school. Now, the groundbreaking ceremony should have been held on top of the graveyard. Well, the graveyard on groundbreaking day was so hard the shovels could not break the ground. So loose dirt was placed in one corner so the shovels could break it. In addition, the dirt was placed at a location where there will be no school. So the slide shows the photo op for the fake groundbreaking ceremony. It was not a real ceremony, it was a fake groundbreaking ceremony. And this fake groundbreaking ceremony was shown on all the local TV channels. Councilman Sweeney in the slide is shown on the extreme right. A light breeze kept blowing away the board showing the rendering for the new school looked like a house of cards. Union workers protested before the fake groundbreaking for fair wages and more representation. 60% of the workforce will be union and 40% non-union. Even with sizzling heat in the morning, there was a festive mood with balloons and refreshments, as you see in the slide. Another slide shows the rendering for the new school, a jazzed-up warehouse using cheap materials without an auditorium, swimming pool, or underground running tracks. It is suggested that the new school, which is scheduled to open in August 2015, should be named the Martin J. Sweeney High School because the new school embodies the vision of Councilman Sweeney. Senseless destruction was perpetrated by corrupt politicians, Mayor Jackson and Councilman Sweeney, a corrupt and visionless Cleveland Metropolitan School District, and their multitude of cronies, including the chief architect of the city of Cleveland, the director of city planning, and the chair of the Landmarks Commission. Councilman Sweeney rigged the votes to demolish the landmark building. The chief architect and the director of city planning, instead of preserving and protecting the historic landmark, voted to demolish it. Mayor Jackson has said that he loves kids, but his honor cannot explain, despite multiple reminders, why the auditorium, swimming pool, and underground running tracks were destroyed. Mayor Jackson and Councilman Sweeney, Cleveland's corrupt politicians, are wanted for 2 crimes: the senseless destruction of John Marshall High, an 81-year-old architectural gem, destroying our connection to the past, a crime against humanity. The poisoning of the environment around John Marshall High School, compromising the health of present and future generations, a crime against the community. May the names of all those listed in the slide who facilitated the senseless destruction of historic John Marshall High School, an 81-year-old architectural gem, a crime against humanity that should never be forgotten, may their names forever live in infamy. The campaign is currently in the Investigate City Hall mode. I walk 50 to 100 miles every month carrying the Investigate City Hall sign. As part of the campaign, a 6-page flyer is being distributed all over Cleveland and beyond. Here is the first page of the flyer. It shows the 2 crimes that Mayor Jackson and Councilman Sweeney have been charged with. Okay. The second page is the article that appeared in the plain press, a description with me wearing my gas mask, and also a description of the Investigate City Hall campaign. Page 3 is a copy of the article that appeared in the plain press, in the Plain Dealer, dealing with the hunger strike. And page 4 is also a continuation of the 21-day hunger strike that appeared in the Plain Dealer, plus an update on what happened after the hunger strike. I would like to add that the hunger strike was not a fight to save John Marshall. It was really a fight for justice, even though our sign in here says hunger strike to save John Marshall. It was a fight for justice against the 100% corrupt political system in Cleveland, led by corrupt politicians and aided and abetted by the media. It is my belief if justice had prevailed, John Marshall High would have been saved. Unfortunately, 21 days and 21 nights of fasting were not enough to break the powerful grip of corruption that dominates Cleveland. Then the 5th page of the 6-page flyer again shows that John Marshall was destroyed and that the school should be, it is suggested that the school should be named the Martin J. Sweeney High School. And then also the 6th page again says John Marshall was destroyed and that the new school that will be built will not have a swimming pool, underground running tracks, or auditorium. And again, it's suggested that it be named the Martin J. Sweeney High School, for which the scheduled opening is August 2015. So Investigate City Hall for a crime against humanity, the illegitimate Investigate City Hall.
Hey, you're working hard there.
For a crime against humanity, the illegitimate and senseless destruction of historic 81-year-old John Marshall High School, facilitated by a 100% corrupt system in Cleveland, Ohio. There was vote rigging, collusive inaction, and denial of due process to over 2,400 petitioners who wanted to renovate John Marshall High like they renovated 84-year-old John Hay and 81-year-old Rhodes High Schools. Investigate City Hall. Investigate City Hall. Investigate City Hall. Thank you for your attention and have a pleasant day.